Day one of 365 days in the life of a property investor. First of many cringy lines: work hard, play hard. We started the turn of the year as a BDR team. Me, Micah and Charlie. You can see a little bit of brekkie here. Harry's coming in 9:30 from a night out. He didn't get his end away. Sorry lad. Off to the gym now for a quick workout on a pump, and then we go to open house on Close Street, and we proceed that by having a phone call with a PR guy. And then here's some lunch. Lovely. I found me a new couch for the podcast studio. Proceeded to tell the police, you can't park there. Found a new podcast table and a new setting for the background. Had Bear come visit me with his Polish owner, and then I went to work out how to work this mic and CapCut. I also did the working schedule for the next 3 months and targets for the next quarter as well, and tidied the office a little. And that's day one of 365 days in life for property investor. Over and out. Oi, you clown, what are you still watching for? Give us a follow then. We're trying to get 250k net profit by the end of the 365, so follow the page. Day 2 of 365 days in the life of a property investor. Start the day off with a bit of brekkie. Don't forget me iron tablets. Cringy line alert. Health is wealth. We started off today by checking up on all our previous deals and updating the CRM system. Here we have Scotland's biggest fan. Here the two boys back in the hot seats. The only plug you actually need for your property, but not the only plug you might have in your property. And then we was off to the shops, beep looking for some Tupperware for me and my scran. Charlie, you can't look at this. And then I failed my diet, ended the night by my thinking spot. And that's it for day 2, folks. Over and out. Day 3 of 365 days in the life of a property investor. Started off the day with a little bit of a snack, and I don't mean the feet. Now straight into a little 2-bed refurb we're delivering for one of the investors. Lucky sods got the end-to-end service with the bloody guaranteed rent too. Then straight back into the office, showing those Scotland's biggest fan the sales funnel methods we use day in and day out of BDR. Here we have some Twister linen, now formerly known as the property plug, now fully known as my pizza plug, coming in clutch with a Romano's pizza. No ifs or buts, best pizza on the planet. Anyone disagrees, you should be in a clinic. We also had an important call with a business partner we do a lot of work with. Off to a viewing next on Beheaded House on Henry Street, a buy-to-let deal we have bespoke sourcing for an investor on Friday. Got back to the office, and to my surprise my family came by to say hello. They didn't take the shoes off, so I was fuming, probably for the best. My dad's feet do stink. They proceeded to show off my art collection, and then I was off to footy. There is Rory, he is single ladies, up the Guildford Park. I ended the night by putting calories back on. Day 4 of 365 days in life of a property investor. We started off the day with a pigeon flying into my car. Did I stop? Did I fuck? The game is the game. Quick spot of shopping with our local artist, Slay, as she would say. Can't wait for her to tell me that I ate with that line. But then I did devour these pancakes. Straight into putting deal packs together. Lots of deals to sign off on. Charlie made sure to point out his love for Scotland once again. I was also analysing some huge developments before new starters driving school. CEO popped in for a chat. Harry, sorry lad, but I told your dad you didn't get lucky. The content king here doing his thing. And yes, I do mean slating Scotland. Once the team had finished, I proceeded to complete more admin with a little bit of mocking people on Facebook thrown in for my amusement. And then I set out these 12-month targets, as you can see. And as all you know, because you've all been watching my 365s, the main target is 250k net profit by the end of the 365. And yes, you twat, please doubt me. Day 5 of a year in the life of a 25-year-old property investor. We start the morning with a few tip runs for a property that we sourced for 52.5k. Gonna put 20k into it, and we have a direct comparable over the road that sold for 100k. So it's a great investment and a great deal for our investor. And to add a little bit of spice, they did actually get the 5-year guaranteed rent too. Now, I know you want deals like this, so send me a DM. And then I viewed a 2-bed buy-to-let deal, which was great. After this, I showed my cousins around the projects I've got. The flip, a £9 million development deal, and a few buy-to-lets, and a few of the Airbnbs. I managed to get some important viewings booked in for next week as well. I got Coco a new toy, that's Squeak, so I do apologise, Mum. Then I had to go tell 11 tenants in a new 11 bed HMO that we just got a few weeks ago that we've got a site visit next Tuesday, so that was fun. Dinner I had meat in a wrap, and that is not a euphemism. Slugged the rest of the day away doing deal packs, invoices, contracts and creating new floor plans for builders to base their quotes off of. Long slog of a day, but that's it folks, day 5 in the journey to 250k over and out. 6 of 365 days in the life of a 25-year-old property investor. Had a meeting first thing in the morning, great meeting, lots of potential leads and off-market deals. If you are wanting deals, do drop us a message and you can see a foreigner moving the old podcast table and painting the wall. And then analyse some deals ready for next week for Monday and Tuesday for our investors. Lunch break now, then a quick pop off to Wicks to get some longwood as mine isn't long enough, but we move. Off to a viewing next. This was a nice little mini-mo for an investor that has took our bespoke service for sourcing the deals. And then we were back off to the office, Micah holding some wood. That's a bit sus, lad. And we went floor shopping. Couldn't find one though, which is fucking shite. Stopped by the shop on my way back to the office. Here you see I had a cherry or two. And yes, I said had, not popped. Fucking chuffed, got a bloody great delivery. The BDR letters for my BDR podcast. Can't fucking wait for you lot to see it. Here's me doing the reels from yesterday. And then hear me struggling to do some more content for a few hours. And I ended day 6 by adding a few things to the BDR sales funnel. See you tomorrow, dickheads. Day 7, Suey Day. Sorry, no alert for the cringe today. Sunday, the day of God, and here I am. Speaking of which, the boys life of a 25-year-old property investor. First of all, I hate Mondays. I never book anything important on them, as Monday is my grumpy day for the fucking week. But Scotland's biggest fan didn't get the fucking memo, and he decided to book a viewing in the middle of the day. Safe to say, his viewing was as dead as his ginger trim. Then I went and did a couple changeovers in my Airbnb. On my way back to the office, I stumbled upon my dream car, had a quick client call. These people don't know it's my grumpy day. Logging some chairs back to my family home, but then I proceeded to teach the future of the company some maths. Back into the office on the night time for me to try and get the hang of making this content, but here's where I'm actually good adding value to this massive property we bought, 310k. We're going to make it worth 725k, all under permitted development. Just to tell you virgins out there that haven't been watching the series from the start, I'm actually a 25-year-old property investor and will be achieving 250k net profit by the end of this year. Day 9 of a year in the life of a 25-year-old property investor. Early viewing to start off the day, and I think it's fair to say I'm glad you got a dog, as you ain't looking like having a kid anytime soon with a rhythm like that, Mateus. Went round with a build team pricing up a job, and then I had a quick midday nap because the boss said I could. Then I had a meeting for the rest of my night with the boys about football, because they were trying to think if it was possible to lose more than 10-1. And after that I had a few tweaks to a floor plan to do, and I found myself £25 flights to Egypt. Thank you to Mo for his wedding invite. Day 10 of the year in the life of a 25-year-old property investor. Started the day off with the daily checkup on Project 64 Zoo Lane. The boys on the road, and I decided to do a microphone review, 6 out of 10. Here's Charlie dreaming of Scotland, I assume. I hope it wasn't a wet one in the back of my car, lad. Speaking of wet, look at this damp on this fucking wall. Don't need a damp meter for that one. Glad to see the back of Barrow. Stopped here on the road to Manchester. Finally arrived at the refurbed event. Got chucked in at the deep end, did you, Charlie? All in all, was a sick event. Shame my question was the only one that he couldn't answer properly. And that's it for a long ass day, as Michael would say. Hold it. Day 11 of a year in the life of a 25-year-old property investor. Started the day off with a viewing of a Grade 2 listed property. It was massive. Here is me doing my best nonce impression, but I forgot my Pope outfit today. A quick stop at the Portuguese shop and then back onto one of the projects that we're doing, checking the outside, what needs done, making a big list as well, measuring up for the kitchen and the new bathroom as well. Just after this went to Curry's for some ink. That's not a calamari joke. And then off to a big 8-studio property. Then we viewed a possibly 8-studio property that could be worth up to 500k with all-in costs of 350. Back into the office doing what we do best, getting everything priced up. In the life of a 25-year-old property investor. Started off the day in the office, twiddledee twiddledum, coming to visit us. Yep, they were skiving work. We then went off in a gold mine area looking for off-market opportunities. Obviously stopped for some pizza. I then went and picked up some keys to one of the new projects that we've got. A nice little 40k profit flip. I celebrated this by having a steak. To be fair, the steak was only a 6 out of 10, so it wasn't too much of a celebration. Then I was back to the office doing what we do best in a busy day. And I did actually end up getting a fucking sexy delivery, which all will be revealed pretty soon. And then I ended up parking my car very well tonight. Bye. Day 13 in the life of a 25-year-old property investor who started off the day becoming a famous YouTuber. Yes, mum, I've made it, a Mackey's mukbang. And then I quickly sorted out one of my Airbnbs, and then I was off back to the office to do some work, scripts for the 365, analysing deals as well. And then I headed out my comfort zone to help some special needed local kids at Game On as well. Here's the prime example of special needed. Baz getting his first ride since his breakup. Sorry, lad. You were punching there. Ended the night by getting some pizza, and I saw a fan that wanted to be on the 365. Day 14 in the life of a 25-year-old property investor. Started off the day with a game of footy. We lost 4-1, so better than 10-1 last week. Here's the boys having a few pizzas to make themselves feel better. I took a nap because I was goosed after it. Then obviously I went and cleaned Aggleby Street. That wasn't obvious, but that's what I did. Finished the day off with loads of admin, and then I did some social media because I'm now going to be famous. That's it. Bye bye. Day 15 in the life of a 25-year-old property investor. Today I started off the day by folding some clothes, getting them ready for the Airbnbs, and then I proceeded to clean them. And then once again I had to tell the police they can't park there. Got me some Wi-Fi, had Calderverd. If you don't know, get to know. Mo, I'm going to send you the invoice for this paper. Then I go back to the office, took a nap, as I was dead to the world. Then a grunge artist came in. After this we had a few for fuck's sake, I can't say these lines. Had a few client calls, and then I went to a house to sort out the Wi-Fi in one of the 11-bed houses we got. And it's day 16 in the life of a property investor. And it's also Christmas. Now, me and this floor are actually on the same level. Puns aside, we found a new property in which people will reside. Now, we found a box office with a music studio which will produce bars, you know. Then Mattia decided it was like the earth and went itself flat. Health and safety induction next on a 9-bed refurb. We've also been on target to sell all the deals that we have this year. 3 more deals will be sold by the end of this week. 3 BRRs with £1,000 cash flow every single month. Yeah, I'm going to do a mic and plug. Give us a direct DM if you want to get involved in our all money out deal. Day 17 in the life of a 25-year-old property investor. We start the day off just like Elsa, frozen. Quickly hop into the office to get some goggles for this weather. Yep, Charlie's hair is still ginger. And then we were quickly all off to a viewing on this sexy property. 100k purchase, 60k refurb, GDV 225k, 225k. That's a pull all your money out deal, boys. But still £1,500 profit per month as well, which is even better. To thank you for a well done job, I guess. Now here's Omar picking up his keys to a new house for his first all money out deal in Carlisle. Back to the office to make some great content for you silly bastards out there. I then had a very important meeting at Soccer World with Mr. Galley. I do hope you won, lad. It was fucking Baltic, but I did get to meet one of the Home Alone cast, so all was well. And as per, I went back to the office again. I can't fucking speak. I've been trying to do this part for 3 minutes. But yeah, I ended the day in the office, and I did the day off in the office ended. Blah blah blah. Here is Todd telling us that he's gay. So to his mum or dad, Todd is officially out of the closet. He's gay. He has been gay for the last 22 years of his life as well. It's day 19 in the life of a 25-year-old property investor. I started off the day with a Portuguese snack, and I'm not talking about myself. Here is me working hard as per. Now off to the tip for a few tip runs. Stopped by the pizza shop to sign some fans' pizza box. Since he knew we were always there, he came to spy on us. No wonder the lad wanted an autograph, and looking at these skills, I would want one too. Quick review of one of the Airbnbs with Micah, then back to the office to do some charity and help this mentally challenged child. Days 20 and 21 are together for you lucky fools. We're starting to track some important metrics so you can follow along the journey a little bit better and see how close we are to achieving the targets. The following metrics are going to be deals sold, ginger jokes, views complete, pizzas ate, and deals analysed.
Boom, Charlie here. Ricardo wasn't going to add this in today's 365, but lucky for you, I am putting it in, and I'm showing you the state of his trim. He's dyeing his hair blonde, swear you're pushing 30, no wonder you're single. Jesus Christ, look at this, it ends up coming out green. The real Slim Shady can't pull birds, 200 likes and he'll do a rap god cover.
Bye bye fence, I didn't like it anyways. Well, it's day 22 of a life of a 25-year-old property investor. First off, we start off by checking up one of the projects, then we headed back into the office. And Micah, music, yes he does music, hadn't heard of Queen. Yes, now he's got a disciplinary for that. And then we had a viewing for a 4-bed social housing project. I wanted to make it 5-bed and go into the roof. Here you see, but I couldn't do that. And then I had a meeting with a local smackhead. I ended the day by telling the police that they can't park there. And here are the new tallies. It's day 25 in the life of a 25-year-old property investor. We started off the day by checking up on some of our projects we've got going and getting some of the build teams on the new projects as well. Then we're off to P-Town for a viewing, and that's not a slur despite the clientele in this HMO. All jokes aside, these figures are huge for this deal. Just a shame to see properties like this. We always prefer to see properties in much higher quality housing for people. Back to the office to welcome the new member of the team, Tyler. You might recognise him from a wild Saturday night. Once we got back into the office, we had an hour-long call with an investor, and then Micah decided to give us his best Gok 1 impression to end the day.